What's the one thing missing from your Lake Powell adventures? Off-road ATV rides, of course. But that's all about to change, and we've got the exciting details on this week's show.
And Chad and I are going to check out some of the biggest off-road vehicles in the world at the Rio Tinto Kennecott copper mine.
Plus, Reese takes us on a journey to the High Uintas to show us that perfect fall color that only can be found in the Utah mountains.
Then, just in time for Thanksgiving, we're cooking up a Dutch oven recipe that you won't want to miss. At Your Leisure is next.
Okay, it may not look like it just yet, but you'll understand in a minute. Those are the biggest off-road vehicles in the world.
They truly are. Hi, everybody. I'm Rhea Rossi Booth.
And I'm Chad Booth. Welcome to At Your Leisure today.
And we are at the Rio Tinto Kennecott Bingham Canyon Mine. And if you're from Utah, I think you know what we're talking about. If you're not, get yourselves out here because this is an amazing piece of work.
That's true. We're at the visitor's experience, which is what they now call it. And it's way different. If you haven't been out here for a number of years, it used to be like a little modular trailer, and you walk inside, they have a couple of displays. There was an old tire outside to see how big the tires were. Well, the tire's still here, but this is really interactive, and if you're looking for something to do for a day that's outdoors with the kids, this is a place to arrange to go.
Honestly, it's a marvel. It truly is. Is it one of the 7 wonders of the world? It should be like the 8th one.
It very well could be.
Amazing.
For me, this has been here my whole life, so
Yeah.
I've watched a lot of changes from the time I was a little kid, but I haven't been out here since my kids were small.
Yeah, that's when I came out too, when my little one was little, so it's amazing what they've done out here.
Well, let's find out a little bit about what the visitor experience is.
When guests get up here to the Visitor Center, what we really want to do is help them understand the scale of what we do, which is unlike anything they're going to see anywhere else. We have giant truck beds, we have giant tires that are 12.5 feet tall, we have dippers, so they can walk inside the dippers that we've actually used here in the mine before to scoop up 100 tons of material to put in our trucks that we then produce cathodes out of. So really it's about connecting people with the business. It's important for people to understand why mining's important. The minerals that we produce here every single day go into our computers, our cars, our cell phones, part of the green revolution with solar, wind turbines, and so we want to connect people with our business and help them understand why what we do is so critical to modern life. We are typically open April through October. It's a brand new experience, and so what we need people to do is go online, riotintokennecott.com, and there's a section online where they can sign up to come out and visit, and then they can be shuttled up. The shuttles run every 30 minutes, and so whether they want to stay for 30 minutes or 3 hours, they have the opportunity to do that and really explore the area. It's about giving them a new experience where they can touch the truck, they can touch the tire, they can touch the truck bed, climb inside the back of it. It's a lot of fun, and if you're a kid, young or old, and you like equipment, you like mining, you're going to love it here.
And the bedroom could go right here. Bathroom over in that corner. There's plenty of space for the closet. Living room right here.
And the kitchen right here, we can overlook the mine.
Exactly.
Fabulous.
We are actually kind of making a joke, but we're not. This is actually the bed of one of the trucks as part of the visitor experience. It's the biggest piece of stuff here.
Yeah.
And the interesting part about it is that this actually is the footprint of one of these trucks is about the size of a house, 2,400 square feet. That's bigger than ours.
Honestly, it is. And it holds 1.1 million pounds, which is a lot of pizza if you enjoy pizza.
230 tons of stuff. So,
yeah, I know. This is amazing.
Yeah, and so when you come out for the visitor experience, you can take a look at one of these trucks and realize that they're like more than 2 stories tall, and they're 51 feet long, which is bigger than the biggest motorhome on the market.
No, this is incredible. And you said you used to drive like trucks or
tour buses. I used to bring tour buses up here when I was in college, and the old visitor center, you'd actually see some of these trucks there. And we calculated one day as we were looking at them, I was up here with another bus driver, we could both back our buses down in here and they'd fit side by side.
That's how massive these are.
That's true. Well, right now it's time for us to take away from here and head off to our travel adventure.
Since the Glen Canyon Recreation Area was first established in 1972, one thing that has not been on their recreational menu is ATV travel. That is all about to change, starting January 1st, as new ATV routes have been established near the Lake Powell area.
At the first of the year, they're actually opening up a lot of trails that have never been opened before. And so we're really excited to come down and check them out and explore some area that has been essentially closed to off-highway vehicles. And now we will actually be able to ride on those trails, so we're really excited about it.
It's going to be a process, but they're moving forward. January 1 is when they're going to start doing a lot of the walk-offs and trying to open up a lot of the trails up that go up towards the Orange Cliffs. And then down around Muley Point is some of the most spectacular scenery in all of Glen Canyon. Not a lot of people go down that road that takes you out to Muley Point that overlooks, it's like an aerial view of Monument Valley. So it won't be like overnight you get to access any part in Glen Canyon, but a vast majority of Glen Canyon National Recreation Area is not about Lake Powell.
Located about 9 miles north of Lake Powell, Tikaboo Resort sits alone in the desert, completely surrounded by hundreds of miles of off-road trails. Tikaboo Resort is a great base of operations to begin your adventure.
You know, Tikaboo itself is very small, seems to be an underrated item, and no matter what, I think the OHV community will gravitate to this area very much so and enjoy what these trail systems have to offer. You like to be able to take right off, and what better trailhead can you ask for besides a hotel? So you take a ride for the day, you come get something to eat, and then you get taken care of by the good folks at Tikaboo Resort.
It's always nice to be able to ride right from your hotel or wherever you're staying to your destination and the trails.
Usually trails are being closed, and so we're actually really excited about this. It opens up brand new trails that people have never been able to go on before.
It's one of the most remote places ever. And this whole area that we're in is called Henry Mountains Robber Roost area. Robber Roost, of course, is the hideout for Butch Cassidy, Sundance Kid, and his gang. There's a reason for that. There's nobody here, and nobody would find them. And if you want to go get lost, this is the place to go get lost. As a matter of fact, one of our sayings here is go get lost and find yourself.
We rode almost 60 miles and didn't see anybody except ourselves, and it was really nice. There's places like Moab and Kennecott where you have to make your room reservations like 6 months or 8 months in advance, and you're watching out for the guy coming over the hill. And here I was amazed. It's really peaceful. You're out there by yourself if you wish to be, or for us, I think we had 12 or 13 guys with us, and it was just a great trip.
I didn't see any other riders besides our group. So there's not a whole lot of folks out here. If you want to come out with your family, your group, and you want to ride and not have to deal with tons of other folks, this is the place to be.
It's a huge area. I mean, we went out today for about 6 hours, and we didn't even put a dent in anything that you can go on out there. So it's just the amount of trails out there you could spend all summer and still only cover a fraction of them.
It was varied terrain. It was great. I actually kind of enjoyed the easy trails because I was spending so much time looking around at the scenery. I didn't have to worry about paying attention to the trail that much.
Tikaboo Resort is a diamond in the southern Utah rough, and it's a perfect place to get away from it all and explore the Glen Canyon Recreation Area. Well, there are plenty of trails to explore now. There will be even more opening beginning in 2019. Visit tikaboo.com now to book your next off-road adventure.
The all-new Yamaha Wolverine X2. Purpose-built for exploring tight technical terrain. And boasting next-level versatility. No other side-by-side delivers this level of proven off-road performance. The all-new Wolverine X2 from Yamaha.
Get your new Yamaha at Stedman's Recreation. Ride hard, play hard.
For 7 years, Utah's Community Voice has been the county seat, a program that looks beyond politics to spotlight the issues and stories that really matter to you and your community. Now you can help set Utah's agenda for the future by joining the conversation. Become a county seat sponsor and help support those conversations that are critical to the future of state government. Contact us at 801-947-8888 to make your contribution to help the voice of Utah be heard like never before.
It's time for the Polaris Holiday Sales Event. Get huge holiday deals on the world's best-selling off-road lineup. Chase adventure on a legendary Sportsman. Get more done with a hard-working Ranger. Or attack the off-road with a high-performance Razor. Celebrate the season with rebates up to $2,000 during the Polaris Holiday Sales Event.
Conquer the summit and catch that Ski-Doo feeling with the 2019 Ski-Doo Mountain Sleds.
Welcome back to Active Leisure, everybody. We're getting ready for some Dutch oven cooking here, and look at this bread. Deanne, Bill, I cannot believe how blessed I am right now because I know how good this is going to taste.
This is a Swiss braided bread that she's doing. It's actually a 4-strand she's going out, and so instead of braiding, she's actually weaving it, you know, over and under and over and under.
So Bill, is this ready to go, or do we have to do more?
No, we have to let it raise a little bit, another raise, and so from the initial size, actually we're doubling it in size, and we've got it in the lid of this sports oven. Just put that on. Yep. We're going to be placing coals underneath it and coals on the lid. We want more of the heat cooking on top than on the bottom.
Because it's bread?
Yeah, well, and pretty much anything, your cakes, your pies, your rolls, and
we're ready to go.
Yeah.
So Deanne, how long do we have on this then?
It takes about 45 minutes to raise.
Okay, so in that 45 minutes, how about the turkey?
We took our turkey and we put it in a brine. The brine was like a cup of salt, a cup of sugar, and then an orange juice concentrate, and left it in the brine for about 24 hours, put it in the fridge, of course. Okay, now I'm taking the turkey out of the bag, and I'm going to inject it with this orange juice. It's concentrated, but we diluted it down, injected it in the bird in about 4 different spots, right here in the leg, and then in the breast, and then the top of the breast. We're injecting it with this because we want it to be nice and juicy. And you could use other things besides orange juice. You could use a barbecue type sauce.
All right, so then we've injected it, and now what do we do with it?
And then we put it in the base of the Dutch oven, which is a cone. It has a cone, and you can see here it comes up the middle. And so we're cooking from the inside of the bird as well as the outside. So the cooking time is going to be reduced quite a bit, by about 1/3 to 1/2 at least. So a 10-pound bird like we've got right here, it's going to cook up maybe in 1 hour and 10 minutes.
Okay, so you're using water to steam it? You're putting water at the base?
We put water. We're pouring water into the base here. It's in there to steam. We're only putting it on about a 1/4-inch blue flame here.
Okay, so you put the lid on, and basically that lid stays on until it's time to eat.
Right, but one thing that's nice about this too, it has a little notch in the base and on the top where you can put a probe in so you can read what the temperature is inside the cavity.
What is the temperature supposed to be when it's cooked?
We want it up to about 165. Any poultry we want up to 165, whether it's chicken, duck, turkey, or whatever. And that's make sure that we're killing the bacteria that's in there.
Well, we got 1.5 hours, so we're gonna put this on the fire, but we're gonna take a commercial break, but when we get back, we will have food, believe me, and we're gonna find out more about the biggest off-road vehicles in the world at the Rio Tinto Kennecott copper mine.
The Utah Farm Bureau began as a collection of farmers supporting each other to raise the food we enjoy. Today, Farm Bureau membership encompasses everyone, whether ranchers, growers, or just everyday folks like you and me. Members enjoy discounts on items like vehicles and ATVs, or insurance that's very affordable. You don't have to be a farmer to join, and dues are small, but together we make a big difference in keeping our food supply local and abundant. Join Utah Farm Bureau.
You have a message. You have a brand. You have something worth experiencing. What you don't have is an audience. It's time to change that. It's time to partner up with the #1 outdoor program in the country and show the world what you have to offer. Advertising on At Your Leisure is effective and affordable, giving you an audience that dwarfs anything else out there. Backed by a proven force of outdoor adventure. Contact the AYL team at 801-947-8888. It's time your message was heard.
From the trail to the heart of the backcountry, discover that Ski-Doo feeling with the 2019 Ski-Doo Trail and Crossover Sleds.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure at the Kennecott Experience. This is the visitor's experience at the Rio Tinto Kennecott Bingham Canyon Mine. That is a mouthful.
I know, it is, and this is a sight to see.
That's true. Now, we did discover something out here. Now, mining has gone out here for copper since the late 1800s. But Kennecott, as we know it today, in an open pit mining operation, started in 1903.
The sophistication, the things that we're doing here today are unlike anything most people have ever seen. And so really getting that exposure and creating that pipeline of talent to come into our business in the future is really important for us. You know, almost anything you can imagine you can do here. You can operate a truck the size of a house. You can use a shovel that can scoop up 100 tons of material, or you can be a mine planner. You can model the mine and how we're going to do it. You can be an engineer and engineer safety in here. You can be a geotechnical professional and understand the composition of the walls and how we keep people safe from that perspective. If you want, you can be an accountant. You can take credit for the money as well. And so anything that you really want to do, there's an opportunity here. And we have approximately 2,000 very hardworking, committed, dedicated men and women that work here every day. And you know, our hardworking men and women are here around the clock, working, producing this to make modern life possible. And we're really proud of them, really proud of their performance, their safety performance, and everything that they do to contribute to the lives that we all enjoy and appreciate every day. We're best known for copper. That's our primary product, is a copper mine, but we have a lot of other products as well: gold, silver, molybdenum. We're able to produce sulfuric acid as a byproduct of the operation. And so it isn't just copper. Copper is one of those things that's really kind of an adhesive, if you will, for a lot of other minerals. And so we're able to pull a lot of valuable metals that are used in a lot of our life out of here every day. You know, we have to be more efficient all the time, certainly. As the mine gets larger, as it gets deeper, we have to be efficient with the way that we operate the business. The key for us is really to do it safely. We have to have a safe operation. That's the first priority for us. As long as we can do it safely, we know that the production and the efficiency will come after that. We move about 500,000 tons of material every day. And so there's going to be a piece of that that's obviously going to be ore. You know, we will produce between 150 and 250 tons of refined copper every single year. So it's pretty significant. That copper is going to be used in all kinds of modern conveniences that we enjoy today: computers, cars, cell phones, and the electrical conductivity that we use in our homes as well. So there's a growing demand for the materials that we produce here, and so we want people to come out and see it, learn about our business, and really understand why what we do is important.
Well, now you know a little bit about modern mining operations, and you know how Kyle was talking about 500,000 tons a day? Comes off the face at 120 tons a scoop.
Yeah, and we are standing in this ginormous scoop. It is incredible. I just can't believe how big everything is around here.
That's true. To relate it, you know how we're talking about how the bed of the truck would have made a nice house? This would make a really nice covered deck on the back. In fact, I wonder if they sell any of their used ones.
Don't get any ideas. I'm thinking, he's thinking man cave.
No, I'm just thinking our back porch.
No, honey, no.
Okay. Well, right now it's time for us to leave Kennecott and head out to our trailhead adventure.
I'm Reese Stein, at your leisure, in the High Uintas, Utah's premier area of pristine wildness. A great place to just get out and get away from it all. Except this time of year, when the city moves to the mountains.
It looks like an RV sales lot on dirt.
They pour in for the fall ritual, the opening of the Utah deer season. And while they may be armed, only a small fraction of the people are hunters.
We got about 10 of us up here, but only 3 with tags.
For the DeGray party, the opening weekend is much more than the actual hunt.
The experience is like just one last trip for the majority of the people who don't like the cold weather. So they come out with us one last time, and we just have a great time being together.
I have long thought that this event is just an excuse to fire up the wheelers for one last trip to the backcountry, even after the prime riding season is over. It's so busy there are traffic jams even way up here.
We just love the outdoors. We love each other. Just out having a good time.
The ladies stress that they may not be hunting, but they're not here to do any heavy lifting. If somebody gets a deer, do you get to help haul it and cut it and do all that kind of stuff?
Nope, that one's not me.
But they do have an important role to play.
We're the bad luck charms, so they don't get a deer.
Oh. As many as 90,000 hunters will be chasing Bambi's dad this fall, but many times that number join them for the late season outing. Matthew Crook of Eagle Mountain has brought the young ones to the mountains.
We are just hanging out as a family. We're going to enjoy some time by the fire, throw the football around with the kids, play in the dirt.
We just go hunting. Sometimes we go fishing, but I like throwing the football and sitting by the campfire.
While Scott Ruby of Tooele has brought some not-so-young ones, his parents, Kimball and Sharon.
Quality time together, and then this is usually our last camping trip of the season.
But for the Robinsons, it's a chance to get away.
It's more the outing and spending time with my husband.
Sure. Yeah.
One-on-one time without the kids.
Oh, where are the kids?
They're at home, Grandma's.
Grandma's got the kids, huh?
Yeah.
But first they've got to get the chainsaw working to cut some firewood.
She helping you with the chainsaw?
Yeah, she's giving me instructions.
All day long they keep coming. And why not? With blue skies and temperatures in the 60s, it's a perfect fall day in the high country.
Yeah, it's been my first time. It's pretty exciting already.
Jeff Carlin is only 12 years old, but that's old enough to hunt, and Dad couldn't be prouder.
It's a family experience. I've done it for decades, and I'm getting my son into it now, and it's a great experience.
So the city moves to the mountains for one last gasp of fair weather outdoors fun. Swan song of the fall in the summer season.
Swan song of the fall.
Reese Stein at your leisure on a balmy autumn day in the Uinta Mountains. And oh, by the way, with Ashley's expert instruction, the Robinsons did get that chainsaw going.
There's a little place on a Utah map where I was raised, where my heart's at, where the sagebrush grows wild and high, and the stars come out at night. Oh, there ain't nothing like being raised in the basin with a Ute reservation, skiing starvation, that Duchesne County life.
Is it better to be strong or smart? Well, when you combine a class-leading 999cc engine with the industry's first and only intelligent four-wheel drive system, the answer is simple. It's better to be both. The Pioneer 1000 Limited Editions, the newest members of the growing Pioneer family from Honda.
Emery County's got a public land bill going on right now, and rights to roads are in jeopardy. That's why it's so important for us to support the state and the counties in securing RS-2477 rights of way. But we need you. If you were 8 years old or older in 1966 and remember anything about a road, please call 801-537-9819 and arrange for them to come visit you and take your testimony. You could save access for your kids and grandkids.
Crisp, colorful, a world in transition. You don't have to travel the back roads of Maine to explore autumn in all of its glory. Beaver County offers fall in unique splendor, with drives along forgotten canyons and hikes through meadows exploding with vibrant hues of red and yellow. Hit the road with your family and discover a side of Beaver County you never knew you were missing. Autumn is fleeting, so don't hesitate. Beaver County. It's time to experience the real Utah.
It's not working, Rhea. Well, welcome back to At Your Leisure. We're out here at the Kennecott Experience. This is the visitor center at the Rio Tinto Kennecott mine in Bingham Canyon. And you know how we give away stuff on the show?
Yeah.
I think we should give away a set of off-road tires.
That's right. It's only 50 grand.
Yeah, 50 grand a piece.
Per piece, yeah.
That's a little more than our usual $400 gift that we give away on the show.
I think we could do some damage on Hell's Revenge up in Moab with these babies.
I think it would take one rotation of the tire and we'd be up the top. I don't know. Anyway.
This is awesome out here.
Anyway, these are remarkable tires. This is what's on the truck. They're 12.5 feet tall.
Oh.
And look at the sidewalls, man. They are stiff. I can tell you without a doubt. Set of bead lockers there down, these things would be dynamite.
I think they need some white walls on them.
You're such a girl. You're such a girl.
These things are so cool.
We have a lot of stuff to do right now. Let's take a look at our contest winner.
That's right. We got a lucky winner. We found him at Tickapoo down by Lake Powell. UTV plate Utah 645.
And they are going to be winning a Daniel Summit weekend vacation stay. Congratulations to you. Now, it's time for us to take a look at next week's show.
Well, next week we're going to be in Carbon County at the North Springs Shooting Range with some sharp shooting and some Old West cowboys.
That's true. We're going to find out how they celebrate Thanksgiving for our Thanksgiving show. And we might even take a look at what they eat, because we don't only have sharpshooters, we got some sharp cookies as well.
And what they ride. We got Paris RV coming in with us.
We'll also take a look at the Roxor off-road vehicle.
Well, next week's show looks great.
It does indeed. And we have some nice gold decorations here at the edge. Do you know what that is?
I don't know what it is, but I think it's something that has to do with the drill.
I think it is. It's actually a drill bit head.
Is that a drill bit?
That is a drill bit head. So they have to drill holes in the rock to put the explosives in so that they can do the blasting to loosen up the ore, and that's what they use.
Okay, well, it looks like something my dentists use when I go in there, because that thing is scary. That thing is scary.
I always knew you had a really big mouth. Anyway.
You hired me, mister.
We've had a great deal of fun out here at the Rio Tinto Experience. Now, they are closing up for the season. We're like here on one of the last days, but they will open again in April. They're typically open April through October, depending upon the weather.
Yeah, so you got to get yourselves out here. It's a wonderful experience for the family. But until next time, there's adventure around every bend.
You just got to get up off that couch and go out there and create your own adventure.
At your leisure.
Let's
Check out that bit.
See if they'll let us blast something.